I would like to thank all of our $10 Patreon members: Silent Partner, Bear, Katie Coons, Brenda, Isabel, Tim, Rose Rodriguez, and Sandy. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys very, very much. Everyone else, I will thank you at the end of the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Whatever with Jason Soto. We are back and return of the Lisa Sally Haynes. The Lisa Sally Haynes has returned home. Hello, yes. Lisa. How you been?
Good. I'm tired this week. It's weird. Like we've had this. We were off last week for spring break, and this week
spring
has
break.
Been. I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's just this weird thing. Like, I'm just exhausted this week. I just woke up from like a 2-hour nap.
Lisa can now mark off of her bucket list all Jason's nipples. You're welcome for that.
See, I didn't have that on my bingo card for this week.
You gotta prepare for shit like that.
I got to. I'm not a good Boy Scout.
Sadly, like, we were going to have Bear back on the show as well, but they're not able to come on this episode. And you know what actually kind of sucks about that? They're going to Japan in like 2 weeks, which was like it'd be like before, I think, the recording of the next episode. So they're really not going to, I was actually going to talk about that with them.
Well, we'll probably be able to get one more in the can before they go.
But, yeah, they're going to Japan for like a school thing. I was going to kind of ask them about that. I was going to have them give me some really violent Japanese porn. Yeah. Maybe they still can. I can still maybe slip the piece of paper into their luggage and they can go super violent Japanese porn. Got it. So Lisa, okay. So this is your return.
Yes.
There's a lot of changes here to Whatever. First and foremost, we are recording in the brand new studio that you see.
We are.
Yeah.
I got to record in the studio last week for a different show.
For like 15 minutes.
Pretty cool.
But it was cool. A lot of time.
It's got that great new studio smell.
It does, yeah. And this sign right here, it was painstakingly printed by me. I had to print that up, take it to a Staples. It was a whole thing. But yeah, brand new studio. You can check that out over at the YouTube video. So yeah, another change is now socks are not required anymore.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Woo! Yes. Yeah, baby.
I came unprepared.
Yeah, no more socks. We don't have to have socks anymore. I completely got rid of that rule.
Thing ever.
You know what? It was actually a stayover from when Mary was here, and I just never took it out. Because she was very anti-feet. Like, the most violent anti-foot person you could... Oh, yeah. Very violently anti-feet. So, I forgot to just take it out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing some changes. Let's take that out. We can have feet. Bare feet. Come on.
We can have feet again. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your shoes off, take your socks off.
I mean, I'm pro being comfortable. Just don't put your feet on me.
I won't.
But other than that, I'm okay.
I will not. I will not. Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
I was going to ask Bear this too, actually. It really is unfortunate they did not show up today. But okay, you might know because you have your finger on the pulse of teenagers because you work with teenagers and
reasonably.
And maybe not tweens, but kind of in the younger crowd than you and I, because we're both in our 40s. So yes, you may know something about this. Okay.
I might.
I had a dream last night, and in the dream, I said the words got legs. In terms of like a slang term. And
like
it was
okay.
So like the context was something like, oh, I can verify that's got legs.
Yes.
Is that an actual slang term, or did I make that up?
It's not a slang term. Like, it's certainly not cool, like a cool slang term. But when you say something's got legs, it's like, this idea has legs. Like, this concept has legs. Yes. The idea is that, yes, we can move this concept.
Because you know how, that, what is it? Like, that's Cap or whatever?
We have a birthday cat with us. This is Charlie, and it's his birthday,
Okay,
and
we're celebrating.
he is not happy about being held right now.
That's got legs right there.
This also has legs. It does. It's got beans.
No, you know
Where's Brenda for the beans?
Um, no, there's that phrase that was like no cap. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yes, no cap is
so it's kind of like that, but
no,
but
no
you know,
cap means no bullshit.
Well, right, but like got legs means like you're telling the truth. You know,
no, I'd say got legs is more of an idiom. It's like an American idiom.
Well,
like
I mean,
something's got
okay,
legs.
no. I get that, but I meant it like in a slangish kind of way. You know, it's like oh yeah, Bobby was definitely at Cindy's party. That's got legs. You know what I mean? Like that used in that way.
Using it in that way, I'm unfamiliar with it.
That's what I'm asking about because that's how it was used in my dream, and I'm trying to wonder if I've created a thing.
Starting a thing.
This could be a thing. Maybe you can like.
You are starting a thing.
Maybe you can like say this at your school tomorrow. Be like,
I'm gonna start it.
Hey, yeah, you finished that paper that's got legs. You totally finished that paper. Oh, we're gonna watch a video today. We're gonna watch a video today that's got legs. You know what I mean? Legs. Like you know, we want to start this thing, and I wanted to ask Bear because they're like
Bear is very up on the slang,
very much on the pulse of the Utes today.
Right.
And I figure maybe if I did create it, well, that's exciting. I just created a slang term.
You did.
I want everyone out there, go start using that. You have my permission. I want credit though. When this gets huge and Jimmy Fallon starts using it on the Tonight Show, I want everyone to point to this episode and I want them to be like, oh, that guy Jason, who's kind of an idiot, he said got legs first in terms of that.
And you know what's cool? It's that it's really hard to trace the derivation of slang of like where did that even come from? Like one of my students says TP. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like toilet paper? And he's like, no. But he's also the only person in the entire school I've ever heard use this. But he's like, no, miss, TP, miss. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he basically means like chill. And so, of course, I tease him. I'm like, you just told me to chill out? And he goes, yeah. He goes, TP, miss. So it's funny because, like, if he's off task, I'll be like, you know, I'll call him by, like, kid, you know, and he'll say, TP, miss, TP. I'm like,
so, like take a pill?
That's what we thought it might be, but he's got no idea, and he's also the only one who says it.
So he's just trying.
It's a thing. He's trying to make TP happen.
No, he's trying to make fetch happen, but this is TP. But he's the only idiot doing it.
Yes.
Because no one knows what it means. See, you can't just start like a slang term and not explain, like, you know, no cap. I can kind of understand what that means.
It's got to be explained.
You know, or like got legs, that, you know, that could be explained. You're just going to be like, oh, hey, TP. Yeah, no, TP. Yeah, TP, man. TP. You know, TP, bro. Do they call each other bro still?
It's bruh. They do. They bruh. They bruh and they bro. They do. But yeah, it's just like, I can't understand where it's coming from. And that's what I'll do. You know, as somebody with English degrees, I'm going to go there and go, well, that doesn't even make sense. And he's like, yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is like, you know, as somebody from the 90s, you say TP and I think of cornholio.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I want TP.
You're fucked. That's like, should be anybody's first instinct is to go to toilet paper because that's what that's short for.
Right.
Toilet paper.
It's like, what? Like this kid is not it doesn't make sense.
And then the fact that he couldn't explain it.
He's one of those. He's
special.
One of those kids.
Is he special?
No, he's not. No,
have a helmet?
No, he's just no. He's not. He's just he's dopey. He's like a goofy kid. So I can totally see him just being like, "Nah, miss, it's a thing." Okay, it's not.
Maybe he's pulling a prank on you and he's trying to get you to say it.
No, because I think I did pull it on him one day.
Okay.
He was like, what just happened? It was funny.
He said it
because of course all his friends laughed at him.
Of course, yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing?
You played into his game.
100%.
You fell for the trick. Why did you fall for the trick? Don't fall for the trick.
My whole thing is my whole thing is that yeet is the favorite word that I'm too old to use.
I like yeet.
In fact, we need a moment of silence because my yeet mug got broken yesterday.
Aww.
I had this really great mug, and it's of the Headless Horseman. and the horse is rearing back, and he's got the pumpkin like this, and underneath it says "yeet." Um, and it's my favorite. It's so funny to me, and of course, it's so dorky. So it's like whenever I use any kind of slang like this, I make sure to make it as dorky and like suburban dad as possible.
Is it
that
that?
one. It's absolutely that one.
Do you want it?
Oh, that's nice.
I can get it for you. Add the card.
You don't have to, but I will be getting a new one.
Check out.
Nice. Thank you.
I probably shouldn't share this part.
Yeah, that's all right. You don't want to dox yourself.
But yeah. I'm really amazed that I created a fucking slang term in my dreams. Like I woke up saying this and I'm like, is that a thing? Do people say got legs?
No.
Like in a slang term? Yeah. I was very surprised. How do I change? In the chat, Lisa, because I don't want to hear you say it out loud. Give me your address.
Okay.
Just type it up somewhere in a messenger or whatever. Yes, I am buying Lisa a mug live on air, ladies.
I'm so excited.
This is the kind of kindness I like to do for my friends.
You're such a good friend.
Because that is such a it's such a
nerdy mug.
It's a cool mug. And then was it your students that broke it?
So it was an accident. So this was a kid who was on his way to his seat and he's got his backpack on and he happened to turn because somebody called him and he just happened to knock it off my desk. It was the poor thing was mortified. Like he felt terrible. And I'm like, it's a mug. It's totally okay. It's just, he goes, yeah, but I know you love that mug. It's like, it's all right.
Yeah.
Totally. Because I can buy a new one. You know, my friend Jason can buy me a new one.
Look at me.
But like at the end of classes, he's like, I'm sorry again about your mug. I'm like, this poor kid. Like I half expect this kid to find it and buy me a new one because he felt so bad. What's really funny is that like years ago, I had a kid like knock over a plant and I was like, I kill everything. And so this was a plant that was actually thriving. So I didn't say it to make him feel bad, but later on I was like, damn it, that plant was actually thriving. Damn it. Now he's ruined it.
Okay. And then save. All right. And then I don't want to don't sign me up for newsletters. Don't do that. I don't want to do
always that. Something.
Pay now.
You got to unclick all of the things and make
I did. I totally unclicked all the clickables. All right, it's thinking about it. The money's there. I know it's there. And how funny would it be if it gets this denied? Like, nope, can't buy this. There it goes.
Speaking of, we need more money in the Patreon account. No. Okay.
Hey, if we can get some more to $10 people, that'd be amazing.
That would really be amazing.
All right. Shipping address to Lisa Sally Haynes, blankety blank 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 street to blank Virginia, blankety blank 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 0. That's where it's going.
Dox me now.
I mean, that was your address, blankety. That's a weird street name, blankety blank blank.
Look, we're creative.
Who the hell came up with that? Blankety blank.
We are creative over here.
Okay, can I ask you this about your city?
Yes.
Do you have streets like? I'm just gonna name a very random street. Let's say it's called Spring Street. Okay, this is just hypothetical.
There's actually one near me.
Okay. Cool. So you're on Spring Street and you're driving, right? And then there's like, say, a river or a cliff or something blocking Spring Street, right? Now, you go down 48th Street and then you're heading north and then you go back. Does Spring Street continue after where it stops, or is there a whole new street?
So it depends. It depends on where you are. I don't have many big geographical boundaries that like I run into that problem with.
Okay.
There will be things, yes, like if there's like a building or something, that will sometimes happen. If you're crossing a main road, the street will often continue. So I'd say it's a 50-50 shot. Sometimes it happens, but sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
It sort of depends on what the obstacle in the middle is. You know, if it's just like a 4-lane road, then it probably does continue. But if it's like a big thing, then no. All right, so let me put it to you this way. if if the path is traversable,
Okay.
right? Like if you can drive across to get to it,
Okay.
then yes. If it's a excuse me, I'm sorry. If it's a river or something like you're talking about, no,
Uh-huh.
it'll dead end. It'll dead end at the river.
Um, Here in Indianapolis, whoever designed this city is like fucking goofy as shit because they'll have like a street and you're just going along the street and you're just like la di da da, I'm going down the street, and then it'll stop because there's any number of things. There's a building, there's a canal, there's a small lake, something, right? So then it's like, okay, you go left or right, and then you go like 2 more miles, and then suddenly you're back on that street.
Yeah,
And it's
that's a
like,
mess.
wait a minute, that street just ended like 4 miles that way. How the fuck am I back on this street? And it's like
That's
multiple
going to
streets.
create lots of problems as far as like mail delivery
There's
and like,
multiple streets here. There's literally a street that's like right here by my house.
yeah,
And if I go like 5 miles north, it continues, but there's so much shit in the way between those two streets. Like there's a fucking store in between. Like it's
wow.
interrupted by a store. It doesn't make any sense. When I moved here, I had no idea where anything was because they would be like, it's on Main Street. I Google Main Street. I go to Main Street. I don't see it. And so I call and they're like, no, no, no. It's Main Street, like up north. And
North and south, yeah.
why is that still Main Street? That doesn't make any sense. And here's another thing Indianapolis does. There's a street here called 86th Street that goes east to west or west, however. At a certain point, it just becomes 82nd Street.
Yeah.
Like I'm on 86, I'm on 86, I'm on 82nd Street. And
Oh my
nothing
God.
happened. Nothing, you didn't turn, you didn't go south. You're just suddenly on fucking uh 82nd Street. And I don't understand who designed this city. Like
That's
some
strange.
really, really inept city developers founded this city in like 1875, and they were just like, yeah, whatever. I gotta go to my hooker. Just do whatever with the streets. Like, what
Yeah,
the
that's a
fuck?
mess.
What the fuck, Indianapolis? Like, it's really.
I reject that. Nope.
I can't believe that. Yeah. So I was wondering if it's like that in other cities,
No, not
and
like that.
apparently not.
Not like that.
Apparently not. So I hope your mug gets to you by the next episode because I want you to show it off.
Love that. Well, it means I have to make sure I don't keep it in school. But yes, I will hold
I
on to it
mean, yeah,
until we
just
record.
yeah, yeah. Because I'll keep you updated because when they ship it out and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of a cool mug. Sorry that got broken.
No, it's okay.
Um,
It was just an accident, you know.
yeah, I know, but still, I mean, I get like pissed off when like even if it's like an accident and I understand, I'm like, "Ah,
It's still
that was
like,
my
damn it.
thing. That was my
I know.
thing.
I love that mug.
I love that thing so much. All right, it's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. It's okay. I promise. I swear. But God damn it, why did you do that? Oh my God, why? Uh, yeah. Oh, here's another thought I had.
Out for those. Once you get in the habit, you're not gonna be able to stop.
Exactly. I have some good news.
You do.
Um, I can never be a murderer.
Good
I
for
had I
you.
had this realization. So I
Did you
watch.
do the sociopath test?
No, 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 nothing like that. But I like true crime stuff. I listen to true crime podcasts. I watch true
Yep.
crime uh YouTube videos. There's a lot on YouTube that I watch. There's
Yep.
one specifically that I watch called Explore with Me or Explore with Us, whatever. And the whole thing about that channel is they show interrogation videos.
Mhm.
So they'll pick like a person and the whole video, and it could be any, like sometimes they have like 4 hour videos on their channel of
Wow.
this of an interrogation. And but what they'll do is they'll start with the interrogation, but they stop it and then they'll explain, this is, Robert Smith, and he's a 28-year-old, in Chicago, and but then they'll gradually tell the story, and it'll be like this is August 8th, 19 or like 1988 or whatever year. And throughout the course of the story, and the whole thing about it is these people are guilty. They're the one. They are the murderers, or they're not. They're not like. So they're not just suspects, or they're not a person of interest. They're actually the murderer. And so you're watching these videos to see how the cop either figures out that they're the murderer, or they know he or she is the murderer, and they go like, okay, we're gonna try to get like this person to confess. So they show all these different tactics that they use. Like they start off being friends with them. Oh, they're gonna offer you water and food, and you're gonna become. And then they do try to be your friend, and then they're like, you can tell me anything, okay? It's gonna be fine. Right. You're gonna be good. Now I'm watching these, and I'm like, I would be so fucking nervous if I murdered someone.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm sitting in a police station. I would be visibly shaking, you know, because I'd be like, oh shit, I got caught. Because that's the other thing too, is the cops are like, hey, no, we just need you to come down for questions. And then I would be so paranoid.
Relax. Yeah.
I would be so paranoid. I'd be like, no, he knows I did it. He knows I'm the murderer. I fucking murdered this person. No. I would be the most boring interrogation video because I would just immediately confess.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because if you've seen The Usual Suspects, you know, like they talk about that, you know, like you got to put a bunch of guys into the cell, and the guy who's relaxing the next morning, you know, that's the one who's your guy, you know, like you know, you're caught, you know, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So I mean, you'd be sleeping, you'd be like, cool, take a nap now. I don't have to worry about being caught.
No, but like I just seriously just wonder. I'm like, how do these people like just calmly go to the police station thinking, oh, just gonna answer some questions? Like, yeah, I was at the store. I was at Walmart. I don't know what you're talking about during the time of the murder. I was just at Walmart. And they're just so cool and calm and collective about it. And then thinking they're gonna go home. Yeah. Like, I don't know how people think like that. Like, I guess you have to actually be like a psychopath.
Yeah, you gotta be, yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can never murder anyone. That'd be so fucked up.
Yeah, it's not my way of doing it.
Because like
it takes too much energy. I don't have that kind of physical stamina to chase after somebody and hold them down and kill them. And I don't know. I'd be out of breath.
And then you gotta hide the body.
What I'm saying,
that's just so much work.
Yeah, no.
You gotta clean your fingerprints.
Yeah, no.
You have to figure out like, how do I explain? You got to maybe tell other people like, hey, yo, Lisa, the cops may call you in like 3 hours. I need you to tell them we were doing a podcast.
You got it.
Don't ask why. Just tell the cops.
You got it.
And we were doing a podcast. We were at the studio here. Doing a show, and so just back me up on that. That'd be cool. Thanks. I owe you one. I'll buy you a Yeet mug when we're done.
Yeet. And look, I mean, that's the way to my heart, buying me ridiculous mugs. So whatever you need.
Is that how I make an accessory to the fact that I just buy you stuff and you just stay quiet?
Buy me ridiculous things. Absolutely.
Well, now I know. Next time I do a crime, I'll get you. I'll buy you some other ridiculous thing. And that'll keep you quiet.
I'm very simple. I am very like easy to please. I'm pretty low maintenance, you know?
Yeah. Like there was this one that I watched about this like teenage girl who wanted her dad killed because he didn't approve of the boyfriend. Now I'm gonna note that the girl was like 15 and the boyfriend was like 23. So make that with what you will.
Dick.
That's what that might be why he didn't approve of the relationship. But so she just flat out asked the boyfriend, hey, can you kill my dad so he doesn't get in our way? And the boyfriend was like, yeah, I guess, sure. And then he does it.
Wow.
And then they go on the run for like 2 days. And then these idiots, they check into a hotel like in a city kind of far from them. Mm-hmm. And then they were gonna buy rat poison and then ingest it to kill themselves. But every time they ingested the rat poison, they kept throwing up.
Yeah. The body is like, this is not for me. We should not be doing
like
this.
They kept doing it. They kept doing it. They bought like so much rat poison, and they were like, "Yeah, we just take this rat poison, we're just gonna die like instantly." Like, no, your body is gonna like
Gonna
not
reject
feel
that.
good, and it's gonna come out of one of two ends, and it's not gonna be
Maybe
pleasant.
both. No.
It's not gonna be pleasant.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. That was just, and then she gets captured, but then she starts like going, I didn't kill my dad. I don't know who killed my dad. I was at school. I was just talking about it. I wasn't there. Yeah, I swear true crime videos are almost funny just because like if you do know that the person you're watching is the murderer, you're basically Columbo at this point.
Oh yeah.
You're just trying to like figure out how to get caught. Like, what are they going to say? What are they going to do to like, fuck it up for themselves?
Yes, because you know it's totally going to happen.
And then there are ones where you don't know if they're the murderer. Because like sometimes it'll start.
I watch a lot of those.
They're just like this is Brandy, and she's just answering questions about an incident that happened like next door to her, and then you come to find out, oh, she murdered a neighbor because
well, and that's the thing. Like those are the good ones. Like there's a lot of Crue Trime. There's a lot of Crue Trime documentaries. I told you I'm tired.
Crue Trime.
There's a lot
Put that
of
in Netflix.
That's the title, by the way, of today's episode. Crue Trime.
It was gonna be Get Legs, or Got Legs.
No, I think Crue Trime is gonna be.
Hey, that got legs right there.
It's got legs. Crue Trime.
Got legs.
Now I'm not gonna be able to not say it. It's like I can't say the word emphasis. And you noticed I had to stop there because when I talk to my kids, I tell them they put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, and they do it all the time. And so I say it so much that now I have trouble saying emphasis properly because I go to say emphasis.
Emphasis. See, I don't say that word often, so that's just foreign to me.
Well, because like kids, so like for example, yesterday one of my students said, like she read the word off the paper and she said contemplate. Right? Well, because she hadn't seen it in print, and so she didn't think of contemplate.
Contemplate, yeah.
Right? She saw contemplate. And she's not wrong because it is. It says contemplate. So she, she used her logic and she was like contemplate. I went, oh, it's actually contemplate. She's like, no way. And I always tell them, like, because it's there's an urge. Students will laugh at each other when they make a mistake. I said, no. I said, for how many years before I saw the movies, the girl's name was Hermione.
I never knew how to say that when I was reading the book.
Exactly. I'm like, I had never heard of Hermione before. So it wasn't until the movie starts and they introduce Hermione and I go, oh, that's how you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we were taught to read. We were taught to read using phonics and sounding stuff out. So every word, epitome, right? You said epitome instead of epitome until someone corrected you.
Yeah.
So anyway, like my kids will mispronounce things and I'm like, oh, try it again. Emphasis on the wrong syllable. So now I can't say emphasis properly, but
emphasis.
I don't remember. Oh, so Crue Trime. Anyway, so I watch a ton of these things. My favorite is The Jinx. One of my favorites is on Max. It's an HBO show.
Okay.
And it's about Robert Durst.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, it's so good. So it's 6 episodes. And it blows your head off. It's so good. Lo and behold, like Aztecs. So this originally aired in 2014. Well, now 10 years later,
he died, right?
Yeah, he died last year in prison.
Okay. Yeah.
So things developed, things happened, and so there's a Jinx part 2. It just started airing this past Sunday.
I have Max, so I see all the ads for it.
And I already watched the first. Like I was gonna hold out and be able to like binge, and I'm like, I can't. I need to watch this. So I watch a ton of these things, especially on Netflix. I'm like, I just need something to watch. So there's one on Netflix called What Jennifer Did.
I watched that one. And I knew that story before watching that.
But I mean, it's so anticlimactic because first of all, if you call it What Jennifer Did, and then
right? Because they were framing it. What
she did.
They were framing it like she was a victim.
Yeah,
like they were like, we talked to Jennifer, and
if you made a Crue Trime show about it, I'm going to continue saying it. If you make a Crue Trime show about it, then clearly she did it. So
it was weird. Like I mean, but like terrible. The thing was, the title was terrible, but the story was kind of interesting. But it didn't need to be as long as it was because
it was barely an hour and a half long.
I watched Well, I watched a true crime thing on YouTube about her like some years ago. So I knew the whole story anyway. I knew what she did basically.
Mhm.
And, even before it started, I just wanted to watch it just to see how they present it.
Right. Of
Cause like there's
course.
stuff that I know, like the, what's her name? Elise May or whatever, the girl with the elevator. Um,
Oh, the one with the Cecil Hotel?
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So I knew that story like from the get-go, but I still watched that thing. And
Right.
they did that pretty interestingly, I thought. Because I think that's like a story everybody knows.
Hmm.
Um, or they may just know some certain facts about it. But it was kind of cool to see how it was all played out. And
Right.
it is a weird story. Just
Oh, for
because
sure.
it's like a mystery. Like, how the fuck did she even get in the water tank? Uh, what the hell was up with that elevator footage?
Hmm.
Yeah, so, it's an interesting story. So, you can tell stuff that people probably know already in an interesting fashion.
Right.
Um, I don't know how they fucked this up though. It was almost like they were just like trolling the crew. I can't even say it wrong now. I can't do it. The true crime.
The
Like
Crew
they're
Trime.
the crew crime. And like who can we do a crew crime documentary on? And they just found her story and they're like,
Yeah, we
okay,
can
sure.
hack this one together pretty
We could
quick.
probably do this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seemed like there was really no surprise to that at all. Like, they should have like hit it better. Because you know what? I watched this one, the one about the guy and the cats.
Oh, yeah, don't F with cats.
Yeah, I did not know that
That one was
story.
cool.
I did
Right,
not
I
know that
didn't either.
story. And so watching that get unraveled was really fascinating. But I know
Yes.
that was also like a popular story, before that documentary came out.
Right.
Everyone knew what that guy did and everything. But I liked the way it played out. It was like,
Yes.
oh, okay. So that's how you do it. And that's your fucking thing, Netflix. That was yours. That was
Yeah.
you. Why don't you
They
follow
have a lot
that?
of good ones. They've got a lot of good ones. That was a hard one to watch for me. I
Well,
actually had
yeah.
to fast forward through parts of that second episode because I could not even listen to it. I literally had to skip it
I
because it
kept
made me so upset.
wondering if they were going to show like how they were going to get around that.
Right. How much of it they were going to show.
And I feel like, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm disappointed or nothing, but I feel like they didn't show a lot.
I mean,
Like
it's animal
you got
abuse.
the
You
idea,
can't.
but you got the idea, and
Right.
then it cut
Well, yeah.
away, and then it cut
Yes.
away,
But
and
I could not hear it.
I don't
The
think they even played,
listening to it
I don't think
upset
they
me.
even played audio of it. I
They
don't
did.
think. I
I
don't
so
remember.
I don't know how far it went because like I said, I skipped it. But even just the mewing of these kittens
Yeah,
before he done, I went, nope, 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 nope.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to
No,
skip it.
I completely understand. No, that was it was a little rough, but um, yeah. I'm just
But
not
yeah,
thinking about it. Anyway, um,
on
but
that
anyway.
uplifting note,
Yeah, so I can't murder anyone, but
that's good to know.
there's no way I could do it. Um, even if like I think even if it was like a self-defense thing, I would feel really
Well,
bad
you'd be
about
upset. Yeah, you'd be upset about it.
it.
Of course.
I would be like bawling my eyes out to the cop.
Hmm.
Like I'd be like, no, he was trying to murder me and I got to him first and I feel really terrible about it. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'd be a
But see,
terrible murderer.
well, that's a good thing. That
Yeah.
this is one of the pluses on your resume.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how people do it. Like it's just weird. It's just
They
so
don't have empathy.
yeah. Oh, and like I may have brought this up when it was happening, but that Jeffrey Epstein thing, he
Hmm.
was doing that with his wife. How do you bring that up to your wife? Like, how is it like you're into
They,
that thing and then you're like, hey, wife that I'm married to for however many years, guess what I'm into? You're
yeah,
not gonna believe this. I'm also into that. Well, let's do it together. I
I
bought an
know.
island. Like
It's so
how do
weird.
you how do you even think to people have trouble going to their spouses to say they want to get divorced. How the
Right.
fuck do you bring that up to your spouse?
It's
Like,
so
hey, I got a fun
weird.
activity we could do together. I got a
You know what
plane.
though? I mean, when you have money and you do
I got a
things and
plane. I just bought an island. Stephen Hawking is here for some reason. I don't know how he got on this island. It's rocky as shit. He can't.
Hey, look, you know what? He's probably got one of those like high terrain like tracks on his.
Yeah, like
on
a
his
hovercraft. That's what it was.
I'm telling you, if anybody's gonna have
he
one,
hovered around all those rocks to get up to that building to do
all
the
you have
thing.
to do. Yep.
Like,
all you have to do.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I can't even like have a proper discussion about meals with a significant other, and then these two are like, I can't say
the phrase true crime. And these guys are up and over things.
These two are like, hey, guess what? You know what would be fun? Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? How do you do that?
So screwed up.
I don't get it.
Very disturbing.
That does not have legs with me, sir.
So then what's worse? The people who do the disturbing things or the crackpots like us who watch it as entertainment?
People that actually do the thing because we're not doing anything illegal.
This is true.
We're just at home watching the thing.
Good talk.
Yeah. Yeah, until whatever year Blade Runner happens and they'll make TV and movies illegal.
Don't even joke about that. Holy hell.
We'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah, I don't know. Hey Brenda, did you hear about that super shady secret organization?
Which one? The CIA, the KGB, the FBI?
Even worse. Rabbit Hole Podcasts. Brenda, I believe RHP is hiding proof of alien life, and I think you and I should uncover it.
Jason, that is too much work. Can we just watch the X-Files instead?
X-Files. Oh yeah, I love that show as a teenager. Yeah.
Ooh. Also, can I do updates?
Oh, like baseball updates? I guess. Just don't expect me to understand what the hell you're talking about.
Wonderful!
Check out the FBI's Most Unwanted and X-Files podcast on the 13th of every month, anywhere you get podcasts, or its home location at rabbitholepodcast.com.
The updates are out there.
That's what I get for watching true crime shit like all the time. I have these really stupid thoughts.
This is what we do. Yep.
I have these really stupid. And then there are times where I'm like, okay, if I did murder someone, like, how could I get away with it? You know, like, okay, I see how these assholes got caught because there was this guy that got caught. He murdered his mother while on vacation, and he thought if he left his phone in his hotel room, went to go murder her, they tracked his phone, they'll be like, oh, he was just in his room the whole night. He didn't leave his room. But guess what? He forgot existed. Security cameras. So you see him like tiptoeing out of his room, going to the mom's room,
send me that.
In the room for like 30 minutes, and then he comes out carrying shit. And then he's like, oh, I'm getting away with this because my phone's in my room. They're going to track my phone. So they're like, oh, you were in your room the whole night. You're free to go, sir. We'll go find the real killers. You're good, man.
Not to mention anybody who has ever like used Find My iPhone or whatever. Like it puts the dot on the building.
If he even has an iPhone, right, exactly.
The number of times that like people and colleagues lose their phone in the building and they're like, I can't even like look for it because it just, here's the blotch of school and here's the dot on the blotch. I'm like, well, that's not going to help anybody.
But then I'm like, okay, so just completely turn my cell phone off completely, like step one. Right. And then like, okay, so gloves, obviously. Oh, you know what would be cool? They capture them by footprints sometimes. So if I get a shoe that's bigger than my feet, that might help.
Yeah, but that's gonna impede your getaway.
And then, not if you walk very slowly. And then I gotta do something on my hair. So maybe I'll wear like a hairnet. Wear a hairnet and then a hat. I'm gonna look really fucking stupid murdering this person, but I'm not gonna get caught.
They're not gonna catch you.
and then just immediately like leave. Don't even like hang around. Because that's the other thing too, is like these assholes like sit around like they show up when like the cops find the body and they're like, oh, what's going on over there?
Yeah, oh, wow. Well, because they want to watch.
Murdered? Oh, how did that happen?
Yep.
Did they catch the good-looking guy? I mean, the murderer? Did they catch the murderer, whoever he or she may be? Don't rule out females. They're crafty. They can murder as well.
They can. They can indeed.
Murder is not gender blind. Anyone can murder.
Well, then they are gender blind.
Okay, I use that.
Murder is gender blind.
Okay, whatever. I had a
hey,
point.
Let's do a podcast with that title.
Murder is gender blind.
No, whatever. Murder is gender blind. Can you imagine? That's funny.
Murder is gender blind.
Yes.
That should
sounds like an Air Supply song. Murder is gender blind.
Murder is gender blind. Off their 1981 hit record.
Telling you.
I'm Casey Kasem.
It'll be a big hit.
Murder is gender blind. This goes out to my darling Dolores. Murder is gender blind. They danced to this at their wedding.
Of course.
I want that
we
to happen
just keep
now.
going and going. We have gone so far off the rails.
I just want that to happen so badly. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah. That has legs.
That's got legs.
That's got legs. That's definitely got legs. I want that to be a thing. I really want people listening to this, watching this. I want you to go out into the world. I want you to just start saying it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're trying to be like, are we on for tonight? That's got legs. You know,
I mean, it's absolutely going to make you the coolest person in your friend group.
Absolutely. It's going to be cool. And then make sure at the end of it, you say copyright Jason Soto. And then they're going to be like, what? And be like, just trust me.
Yeah.
And then that'll catch on as well.
Makes perfect sense to me.
And then people will find this podcast episode and then we explode. That's how we get famous.
I love this.
I'm going to buy a billboard that just says, that's got legs.
That's got legs.
Well, then rabbitholepodcast.com in the bottom of it. And they're going to be like, this is a weird
billboard. No, you know what you need to do? You need to buy that'sgotlegs.com and it takes you to Rabbit Hole Podcast.
Oh. Damn, you're smart. No wonder you're a teacher.
I know things.
This is why you're a teacher.
I'm diabolical. Well,
Yes.
like I said, like the psychopath test, it's the sociopath test. The sociopath test is if you yawn when somebody else yawns. But the psychopath test, I passed.
Shit.
I got the right answer.
Well, shit. I might be a sociopath now because I do that. Is that real? Is that real?
No. If you yawn when someone else does, it means you're not a sociopath.
Oh, okay.
You have empathy.
Okay.
No, it's because you have empathy.
You scared me for a minute. I'm like, what? I do that like all the time. Someone yawns.
Well, that's the thing.
I end up yawning. I was like, oh shit, now I'm crazy.
That means you have empathy. You know, your brain is gonna empathize and it's gonna.
I just bought you a mug and I said I couldn't murder.
This is what so you're not a sociopath. But yeah.
I'm glad this is on record because I want
it's on record. It's a real thing.
When I go to court for something,
it's a real thing.
When I go to court for something, I want this to be played at the trial for whatever the thing may be.
Yes.
Well, it won't be murder.
However it is that you fuck up.
Whatever the other crime, the other 999 crimes that I possibly could commit.
God. Yep.
I want this played. I want my lawyer, Brenda, who is my lawyer, for real. She is my lawyer.
Take notes, Brenda.
I want her to play this episode. I'd be like, oh, Your Honor, I want to play episode 138 of whatever with Jason Soto, where a reliable witness named Lisa Sally Haynes said that Jason is not a sociopath.
I'm a really good witness too. I have that certain gravitas. Like people listen to me.
Have you been on a jury?
No, I've never been put into the jury box to be questioned as a potential juror.
Oh,
I've
man.
only made it to that room once where they, do the voir dire and whatever. No, not even actually. I didn't even get to do the voir dire because I never got to a point where there was a trial that they were considering us for.
Wow.
I just got to be in the room and they call all the bunches of numbers and then they put together the jury. I've never even made it to be considered as a juror.
I was.
Look at you.
I got through the whole thing and it was a murder trial. Yes.
Yikes. Good thing you watch a lot of Crue Trime.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And the guy, I hate to say, was guilty as fuck. Like, this guy clearly did it. Like,
because they had good evidence, and you as a good juror.
It really was. I swear to God, it was the evidence, 100%. I mean, no, listen to this. Okay, it was a guy. The guy was on trial. It was his girlfriend who got murdered. All right, I already pinged one right there. But Ping 2 was hours before she got found murdered. They got into a giant fight and she kicked him out of the house. So that's Ping number 2. Ping number 3, now to get to the real pointed stuff to it, the bullet that they found inside of her matched a gun that he owned, and he was staying at one of his friend's house, and he was sleeping on the couch, and the gun was underneath the couch that he was sleeping on. Number 4, he had blood on his shoes that matched. That match. Yeah. So you go barefoot.
Yeah.
Or just get rid of the fucking shoe. Anyway, regardless. Like literally, that was like in the first hour of the trial. They said all those things that I just told you, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, this guy did it. Like, unless the defense can like show, oh, he was actually in line at Disneyland in Florida during the murder.
Right.
There's no way he's getting out of this. Like, but no, he clearly did it. It was so obvious. And I remember even going to the jury room, and there were people who were like, you know, and I'm happy there are people who don't just rush to judgment. I'm happy that you
like us.
But there were people who were like, did he do it? Is it maybe the friend did it and put the shoe and the gun? Like, is it possible that the friend did it?
So this is the kind of thing that happens in the Jinx, right? Like, Robert Durst kills his neighbor and dismembers the body.
Okay.
They find him not guilty for the murder.
Mm.
They have this guy saying in court that, yes, I dismembered the body, but it was self-defense. Like, he accidentally killed this guy. Like,
accidentally dismembered somebody.
Like, the guy fought him. No, the guy fought him, and it was like a heart attack or something. And so he got so panicked. Yes, he dismembered the body, but I'm not on trial for what I did to the terrible body. I'm on trial for murder. And he got acquitted. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know how this axe got in my hand. Oh, I don't know how I'm swinging this against your body.
No.
This is an accident.
He copped to all of that.
I know.
He copped to just the killing part. Guess what state that was in?
Rhode Island?
Texas.
Oh. I had 50 guesses, and I missed one.
Picked the wrong one.
I'm
telling you,
Guam was my next guess. I was going to say Guam next, and then
Jinx.
And then Puerto Rico, I was going to go there, obviously.
Yeah, well, you know.
And then I was going to start. Then I was going to start in Alaska and then just go down the West Coast there. But okay, cool. Go ahead, Texas. But no, yeah. And my thing, yeah. I was like, he's guilty. He did it. And there's people, like 3 people were like, I don't know. Can we see the shoe again? Hey, bailiff, can you bring the shoe in one more time?
Come
and
on.
I'm like, I'm trying to be patient. I don't want to look like an asshole, but I'm literally like screaming in my head, like, he fucking did it. Can we just go?
Really?
It was 2 days. The trial was 2 days. I had to go back. I had to actually call my boss and be like, hey, this thing got dragged to the next day somehow. So I'm not coming in tomorrow either. And my boss was like,
my God.
And I'm like, I know. I know.
What a pain in the ass.
And that was the only time. And that was like 10 years ago. You know what? I just jinxed myself. I'm going to get a thing tomorrow in the mail. Like, hey, we need you to go.
You totally are.
I'm going to update. If I get one, I will update the next episode that I get a notice. I guarantee you I am. There's no way I'm getting away with this for 10 years.
No.
I take it back. They tried to call me during the pandemic. I take that back. I got a notice during the pandemic. And I didn't know how the hell to do that. But then when I called the thing, they were like, nope, you don't have to worry about it. So I don't know how
it must have been automated.
Well, no, do they not do that at your state? Because like here, you get the notice and then you call an 800 number or the local number. And then it says, we need peoples with this number, this, and this number. If we did not say your number, you do not have to come in.
Nope, we don't do that.
Oh, shit. That's not how it works for us. Oh, that's crazy.
No, if you get the summons, you go. But usually what you do is you'll call the night before and they'll let you know, like you get a recording. They'll let you know whether that jury duty is still on or if it's
okay. So it's sort of similar, but like they don't always pick all the people that they send the notice out for.
Interesting. That's
like,
interesting.
so that way, if they do say your number, then you do have to get your happy ass downtown Indianapolis at the city county building. And then going through the metal detectors is nerve-wracking at like a court. Because I'm worried I'm going to do something. I have no weapons on me, but I'm still like, oh shit. Is this the one time I got a nail file on me?
This is the one time I forgot and brought a gun.
I bought, like, did I pick up a gun on the bus on the way here?
We're all so like ridiculous. Like, did somebody accidentally slip a murder weapon into my backpack?
I'm like so nervous, and they're like, and then they don't ease you at all at the thing. They're like, put your phone in your belt and your keys on the plate, and then walk through right now. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm just here for jury duty. It's 7 a.m, man. Can you calm down?
It's crazy. Fuck. I absolutely, yes, 100%.
Fuck. They did that during voting. I went to go do early voting. They were yelling at us like we were like a hassle. They were like, get your wallets out and your ID. And I'm like, all right, man, Jesus Christ, just say it normally. I'm just
is it because there's so many people coming in, they don't want to have to say it more times?
It wasn't even like, it was the most unfriendliest tone I have ever heard in my life. It was like I was being scolded for something. I was like, what the fuck did I do? I'm just trying to fucking early vote. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, right? You got to be here at a library at like 8 o'clock on a Sunday, but it's not my fault, all right? Democracy needs to happen.
That's it.
Don't get in the way of my democracy, guy yelling at me. Jesus. Oh, my God. So apparently voting's not like that.
No,
apparently you just go in and push the button and then you get to leave. And I got to get yelled at 30 times.
I don't get a button. We still use the stupid paper ballot and the marker. Run it through the machine.
What did I have last time? Yeah, I think it was like a giant Scantron machine, now that I think about it. Mm-hmm. But the time before that, it was a computer touchscreen.
I never got to use the levers.
Oh God, that's like 1950.
That was gone before. Well, they had them in the 80s too. I never got to use the lever.
He's just voting for Eisenhower over here.
I'm telling you, I would love to yank the lever, go into the little booth, pull the thing. No, but we didn't use we had the computer once. I've used the computer once. Mm-hmm. Since then, it's been the stupid.
Well, because everyone makes a big fucking deal about.
Oh my God! And people
voter
are so
fraud.
Stupid.
So they're like, "Well, you can hack a computer."
Yeah.
Like, you cannot easily. Never mind. Fucking people. Yeah. So I can't murder. So what did we learn today? So I can't murder anyone. I bought you a mug. Live on air.
We've created a new genre of Crue Trime.
That's got legs.
It does. Go watch the Jinx.
God, yeah.
We learned that when you title things what Jennifer did, you don't go into it expecting them to
what
be
they did.
Innocent. You're not on that person's side when you get a show called What Blank Did.
And I'm so creative that I come up with shit in my dreams even. Yeah.
It's all good.
That is all.
We've learned some good things today.
We did. You know who else learned some really cool things? Chris R. from FCredits.com and Hersing Around the Vern. Thank you, Vern. Carl, thank you so much to Carl. Lackey, thank you to Lackey. Toby, thank you, Toby. Kevin, thank you so much, Kevin. Serena, hey, Serena, you're awesome. And Jace, thank you so much to Jace. Why am I thanking these random names of people? Because they are Patreon members. And you can get on this list as well. It's a very exclusive club, but you can join this club for $1 over at patreon.com/rabbitholepods. And you get episodes early. You get bonus content. If you join Patreon when you're listening to this, the week that this goes out, you know what you get to hear? You get to hear the Rob Walker. Sorry. I was so nervous saying the name that I mispronounced it. The Rob Walker from channelawesome.com, you know, the Nostalgia Critic. It's his brother. I got the Nostalgia Critic's brother on That's the Bomb, yo. And we talked about The Big Lebowski for an hour. And it was a fun time. And you can listen to that right fucking now. Patreon.com/rabbitholepods. $1 $1. That's all I'm asking is $1. There are other tiers if you're feeling generous, but $1. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, listener. I think you're awesome. I love you.
I think so too.
I love you. Lisa's kind of about you. I love you. I would marry you, listener.
I love everybody, but don't come over here.
She would have to clean. You don't want her cleaning.
That's not going to happen.
You don't want her cleaning.
See, what's going to happen is if you come over here, I'm not cleaning, so you're going to have to show up in my, my swill. So yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. And then she'll have to actually talk in her nice voice, and you don't want that.
No, I don't want to use my customer service voice.
You don't want that. So don't go to Lisa's house, even though I got her address because I had to send her a mug.
Yeet.
She lives at blankety blank Street in blankety blank Virginia. Blankety blank 018.
No, you said it ends in 0.
You're right, I did. Patreon.com. That's the whole point. Anyway, thank you all very much for listening. Thank you all for checking us out. And we will be back in a couple of weeks. Maybe Bear will be here. Maybe not. Maybe someone else. Someone else may be here in Bear. Lisa might not even be here. She might
Bear
just be
might join us from Japan.
I don't know if that could happen. That is such a time difference. That is a major time difference. What is the time difference? What time is it in Japan right now?
I think it's about 12 hours, isn't it?
It's 7:02 here in the good old United States of America, and it is 8:02 a.m.
Yeah, it's about 12 hours. There you go.
So Bear would have to get up at like 5 a.m. to do this show.
No, Bear just wouldn't go to sleep.
That's true.
A crazy person.
Bear has bear energy, wild bear energy,
wild cocaine bear energy.
We'll just drink all the Monster Energy drinks and then just stay up for like 36 hours just to do a podcast. So that is how dedicated Bear is to you guys.
Yeah.
So the least you can do is become a Patreon member. God damn it, I'm not letting that go. I do thank you for listening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Somebody will be here. I don't know who. Like I said, Lisa's probably going to go get the urge to go gamble on Atlantic City again. Who knows? We never know. That's the fun of this show. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Wash your goddamn hands and keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the mud. Adios. Copyright 2024 Rabbit Hole Podcasts, rabbitholepodcasts.com.